We shall try again. My spot, Boris, and I will try going live again. I just tried with this exact live stream and it decided it didn't want me to be live. So I'm trying again. Internet, you can't keep me down. What I was saying was, I posted a quote today about, every penny I spend comes back to me multiplied. Now, this is a belief that I have repatterned over time. And the way that I do this is by understanding where my beliefs around something are counterintuitive or not supportive. Because remember, a belief is something you can literally change. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. It's also often a thought that you keep thinking that has gone unchecked for a long time. And one of the best ways to find what beliefs are holding you back is to actually choose that you're going to change something in your life. So for me, that will often come with signing up with a new mentor or, deciding I want to do a new fitness plan or something like that. When I decide to say yes to those things, I'm saying yes to a version of myself that I always feel like there's this future version of me who is like speaking to me and through me in that moment. And like the first time I ever experienced this was when I went to spiral practitioner training, like, God, nearly 3 years ago now. Fuck, is it 3 years ago? Shit, man, it is 3 fucking years ago when I went to Byron Bay to do my spiral practitioner training. And I remember laying in my bed freaking out about the fact that I just invested all this money, not just like thousands of pounds on the training, but I also had to get to Australia from Jersey, so it's going to be another like thousands and thousands of pounds to get there, and I had to pay for accommodation, and then obviously all of the stuff while I was there for like 10 days. So my mind was freaking the fuck out because I was currently in debt at the time, right? So when I made that investment, I was like, I did it because it felt so right, and I knew it was the right decision. But then all of the fear monsters came out to play, and they decided, and this will often happen to people when, they make a really big investment with me. It's happened to people before where they literally go, oh fuck, I can't believe I just invested that amount of money. And then I'm like, that's okay. This is part of the journey. This is part of our work together, is reminding you that there is actually a version of you that exists in some quantum, some thread of time that doesn't yet exist in your 3D reality. There is a version of you who said yes to this, and they are living the fucking life of Riley, and they've come to you and they've given you this inspired nudge. They've twinged this thing inside of you to respond to this and say yes. And you are becoming and allowing yourself to unfold and unpeel the layers so that you get to really live that new identity. And so before I went to Byron Bay, I remember specifically laying on the bed. I think I was doing a meditation, and it was like I just felt this, it was almost like I felt this hand on my shoulder just being like, don't worry, I've got you. And it was me. I could sense it was me. It was my energetic imprint from the future, if you will. And I just thought, wow, that's the first fucking time I've ever experienced that so vividly, was when I was freaking out about going to Australia and having like minus money in my account. And then of course the money came. And what I've done is, over time, I've actually even repatterned this belief to the level that it doesn't just have to be like an investment in my health or an investment in my business or like learning a new. To me, it's kind of obvious that like if someone comes and does my EFT training to become a practitioner, like if they come and do that with me, to me, it's like so fucking obvious that that's a worthwhile investment, because you're literally learning a skill set that you can then go and sell. So, like, of course you're going to make your money back. To me, that is just so fucking obvious. If you invest in a certification with the intention of actually like building your business with the certification, you are going to make your money back because you've got something else to sell. So that's, to me, that's just like a no-brainer. But then the next level of that is to believe that literally everything that your desire guides you to invest in, this is not lack causing you to invest. This is not I need this or I won't get to my next level. That's different. When you feel desire or the pull to do something or purchase something or invest in something, and this doesn't have to be financial, remember, this can literally be, this is transferable to things that cost no money but might cost you time, energy, effort, attention, intentionality, But when you get that desire and that nudge to do something or receive something or buy something, invest in something, that is always, when it comes from a place of desire or like a want, not a need, but a want, when it comes from that place, I genuinely have ingrained the belief now that whether it is, like I was saying, live stream I got cut off, whether it's investing in like my beautiful Gucci belt or my, I'm like looking because I just like next to me, or my beautiful Alexander McQueen scarf with a skull on it that I used for my photo shoot, or I bought like a new pair of boots that, you know, which is absolutely beautiful, that I loved. And all of these things, as I was paying for them, in my mind, I'm like, it's not even a question that I'm going to make that money back and then some. Like it's not even I'm back. Yeah, so it's really like knowing that when that yes comes for me, or when that pull, that like desire is there, regardless of whether it's for like a designer fucking scarf, or if it's for a 5-star hotel when I go to London, or if it's just the pull to like go for a walk or have a bath in the afternoon, I trust that the desires and what I desire to receive, the goals that I have set, if you like, that I'm being pulled towards them, but I don't know why I might need to buy that thing. And often what will happen is like when I've purchased something that's like really good quality, even like this little hoodie that I got from Lululemon, right? This is like over 100 quid. It's ridiculous, really, when you think about it. It's a cropped hoodie that you know, there are probably many that are similar out there, but I love Lululemon. There is something about the brand, there is something about the quality of the clothing, about the way that it fits, that I'm like, I will pay over £100 for a hoodie from there, but I wouldn't from somewhere that felt really cheap and didn't make me feel good. This makes me feel like snuggly and cozy, and it makes me feel like I'm in the high vibe frequencies. It just, to me, this shit just makes sense, right? And to the right people watching me who don't fucking get this as a concept, then either get on board with it or maybe I'm not for you. But if you get what I'm saying, then you'll understand that what you say yes to, what you invest to, whether it's time, energy, money, effort, intention, whatever it is you are investing, you will receive that back. So for me, when I put that little quote up this morning about every penny that I spend from desire, or whatever it is, that I can't remember the exact wording, is returned to me, and then some, amplified, increased, more than what I have invested will come back, right? It's one thing to know that something is holding you back. It is one thing to go, oh, look, these are the beliefs that are stopping me from having what I want. This is the tug, the point of resistance from between me and having what I want. Like, what is the gap between where I am now and what I feel I want? What is in between us? Well, that's what we do. That's the work that I do with people, is figuring out like what is this piece in the middle, and how can we just get rid of that and then like collapse time. That's how you collapse time. That's how you quantum leap. It's not like through efforting. It is literally, for me, from going, this is where I believe myself to be, this is where I want to be, what is in between. And that is my work with people, is like removing that gap in between so that we can speed up the receiving of the thing that you want. So there's a lot of belief work in what I do with people, and that's, to me, it's like the easiest kind of work. But I understand that when people haven't been doing this work for fucking decades, that sometimes they can be, well, how do I change a belief? Affirmations alone are not going to do anything. Just by saying like, oh, I assume this new belief, or I start using this affirmation, I love myself. Great. Well, it's great to understand that A, you had a belief that was contradictory in before. That's the first piece. Brilliant. Second piece, what do I want to believe instead? Yep, I want to believe that I love myself, or I want to believe that every time I spend a penny on, every single penny I spend on my desires returns to me times 10, whatever. That's great that you start telling yourself that. But are you then living it? And this is why affirmations are bullshit if you're not doing the living, the embodiment into that belief. So you can tell yourself, I love myself. but then be living a life that you can look at and go, oh, actually, there are a lot of things I'm doing here that are not very loving. I'm staying in relationships that don't make me feel good. I'm leaking energy all over the place. I'm maintaining situations in my business or with clients that really don't feel good to me. And this kind of belief work, this is why I don't just do coaching. My work isn't just coaching. My work is energy work. That's really what I'm doing with you. We figure out what you want. We figure out where you believe yourself to be. And then that piece in the middle is where all my magic comes in. And we do all the clearing and all the things. And that is exactly what we're doing in Powerhouse. And that is why you should be in there. When you know the beliefs that are underlying the behaviors. So in this example in Powerhouse, it's around people pleasing and putting other people's needs first and outsourcing your needs to other people, or being in a position of like still feeling like you might need to be rescued a little bit. And it's insidious, people. This is not just like obvious shit. We are going into the places where you're like, fuck, I didn't even know that was showing up there. That's the real magic when you work with me, is you're literally going to shine a light on the stuff that is so deeply buried beneath the surface that you probably couldn't have found it on your own, to be honest. And if you did find it on your own, it would have taken you a really fucking long time, when you could just be in this container and we're going to find it like that. That is what happens when you work with a fucking quantum leaping being like me. It's what happens when you work with a manifesting generator who's got a lot of intuition. We are going to find those things and we're going to go pluckety pluck with all of the magic, all of the energy clearing magic. There are 4 live clearing sessions in this program. 4 over 10 days. Whew, we are going to clear some shit, my friends. We're going to laser in and clear the deepest beliefs that you are holding around why you think you need to continually put the needs of other people first. People pleasing has been a huge part of my journey. Huge. I have outsourced my worthiness, my power, my ability to feel loved. I put that on the shoulders of other people for so long because I was so busy trying to like help other people. And I remember saying to, after my friend committed suicide, I remember saying to another friend of mine, like, he was like, oh, but you're so good at like helping people, and you're so good at like, you always help me see this and that, and you're always helping others, and it's so amazing. And I was like, yeah, but I do it. And I remember this is such a like so long ago now, we're talking like maybe like 13 14 years ago. I remember saying to him even then, yeah, but I do that because I don't want to look at my own shit. Like, I know that there's pain because, you know, I was recently bereaved. I was like, I know there's a lot of pain. I know there is. And I'd been depressed through my teenage years, like so fucking depressed and anxious through my teenage years and my early 20s. I was like, that is why I'm constantly doing. That is why I'm always like busy, is because sitting with myself back then was fucking painful. I remember saying to a coach once, actually, like after Fran had died, this was actually after I'd had like a couple of my biggest ever months, like my highest ever financial months a few years ago. And I remember saying to a coach then, I actually didn't want to attract clients because I was so acutely aware that we attract what we are vibrating. We attract from the blueprint that we are holding inside of us. And I remember saying to her, I know how shit I feel inside right now. I don't know how to help myself right now. So I do not want to attract any clients right now, because if I do, they're going to be a reflection of me, and I can't even deal with myself right now. So I have been in positions where, I mean, we're talking a long time ago now, but we're, you know, there were times where even though I had the awareness around all of this stuff, like energetics, and I was attracting what I am, so therefore I need to do the work on myself. But I was in such a dark place at times when I was younger that it was so hard for me to it was so hard for me to really believe that I had all the answers within. So I was continually looking for something outside of me. And it was only when I always used the work on myself. I always did. But I was still more concerned with getting my clients' results and, energy moving, and getting other people to see their worth and their gifts and their passion and purpose over my own. The reason that my business is sustainable now and why I've been able to, scale it to, beyond 6 figures, the only reason that I've been able to do that is because over the last 3 years, I have continued to go deeper within myself and give myself what I need first. This is the key to unlocking more financial abundance. Clients that you actually like, that you want to work with, that the idea that there are people out there still who are running businesses, either in the coaching or the healing world, where you show up to sessions and you're not like completely fucking jazzed about seeing the other person. Like, I get excited to see my clients because I genuinely like them as humans. I'm like, these are people I would hang out with in my spare time. Like, these are amazing humans, and I know that they show up ready to do the fucking work. It's so, it's exciting to work with my clients now. So the idea that there are still people out there who don't realize that your business actually gets to be so incredibly joyful and it gets to be, it's a source of joy and excitement. But the reason that I've created that is not because I've been giving myself away. It's because I've created what I needed from inside first, and then I attract those people. Because I am so willing to do the inner work, and I am so willing to look my shadows in the eye and be like, holy fuck, hello, wrestle this one to the ground and make friends with it. Because I'm so willing to do that, I attract people who are in the space of wishing to do the same. And that's what makes my work. I mean, I say easy, we still have things to navigate, obviously, in the sessions that I do with people, but it is a joy. It is a joy to witness the expansion of the clients that I get to work with these days. Like, truly, they take it and they fucking run with it. And I love that so much. And I still get people coming to me, even no matter how much money they're making, no matter how successful they are. I've worked, and I said this yesterday, but it still astounds me because, quite a few of my clients make more money than I do. In fact, I think all of them, apart from maybe one right now, has more followers than me on social media. There was a time where I didn't even think that was something that could happen, because I was so busy looking at the numbers and how successful is that person and oh my God. Whereas now I'm just so grounded in the power of what I do and who I am in my unique fractal of consciousness in this skin suit. I'm so grounded and anchored into the magic that I as a human bring through into the world, that whatever money my clients are making, whether it's less, the same, more than me, followers on social media, success, material success, doesn't mean anything to me, because all I'm interested in is they've said yes to working with me. I know where they think they are. I know where they want to go. We are going to collapse time by doing energy work to clear out the bullshit that is keeping you from having it. And if you know that you're meant to be working with me, and you know that you're meant to be in Powerhouse with me, in order to release the people pleaser and fully step into the embodied, confident version of yourself that just believes and gets to have all of this stuff, I'm going to teach you how to release these beliefs for good. We're going to do this process together. We're going to look at the beliefs that are keeping you stuck in people pleasing. We're going to shine light on those motherfuckers, and we're going to clear them out using all of the magic tools that I have in my toolkit. We are going to tap. We're going to use emotional clearing. We are going to do all of the fucking things. We're going to do energy healing meditations. All of the magic that I have in my toolkit, I am bringing to you in this program, because this is how I reprogram beliefs. So For me to leave any of that out would be fucking bullshit. Why would I do that? This is literally the process that I use on myself to reprogram beliefs. And when I put in the title of this live stream, why affirmations are bullshit, is because it doesn't matter how many times you say something over and over and over again. If you don't feel the resonance and the truth of those words in your body to the point where it's an unconscious belief now, you know? Something that we find the contradicting belief, we find the belief that is literally keeping you in resistance and headbutting this fucking brick wall and not being able to move forward, and then clearing that out using energy work and mindset reprogramming work. We create space for you to actually feel, believe, and then live in an embodied way into this new belief. There are so many reasons why people hold old beliefs and don't do this work. I get that. I understand that. There is what we call in my EFT practitioner training, I call it secondary gain, or a reason for keeping the problem. There is always a reason for you to stay stuck where you are. I know a lot of people don't like that, but my people get it. So if that doesn't resonate with you, you're not going to like this work. If on some level, even if you're like triggered by it because you're like, fuck, I wish she wasn't right. And if you know I'm right, if you know and you already live that belief that actually, I know I'm keeping myself in resistance from having more. I know I am. But I'm not actually sure. I've got this blind spot and I can't quite figure out why. I can't actually figure out why I want to keep this problem. You want to come work with me, baby, because that shit is going to shift real fucking fast. And one of the best things you can do, obviously, if you're not ready to work with me one-to-one, to get your ass in Powerhouse. The link is up there. If you've got any questions about it, tag me in the comments below. But to me, it's a no-brainer, quite frankly, because so many people have said in this group words like people-pleasing. I'm a people-pleaser. I'm such a people-pleaser. Oh, I'm people-pleasing all the time, always people-pleasing. There are a lot of people in here who resonate with that as an identity piece that is holding them back. I see it all the time in here. So if you're one of those people and you know that that's holding you back, and we are specifically going to be working on it in Powerhouse, like literally going in and clearing out with fucking energy work and recoding your brain, then obviously you need to be in there. No brainer. So click the link above. If you've got any questions about the program, drop them in the comments below and give me a little tag. And I'd love to know, as always, what is the nugget you will take away from this today? And what is the thing that you can implement like right now? And if that thing is like, fuck, I'm in for Powerhouse, then tell me in the comments, even though I'll see it come through on my phone when you pay. I don't care. I want to know in the comments as well that you're in, because I am excited to run this next week. Come and join my lonely world. Yeah, I might sing at you too, just so you know. Get ready for that. There's a lot of singing that happens on my live streams. I love you. Bye.